When Down syndrome is diagnosed prenatally, it comes with this child has got Down syndrome, you can have a termination within the next sort of 10 weeks. That's kind of heartbreaking. We grieved when we found out that the girls had Down syndrome, and now we wouldn't change them. If you get the sort of option to terminate straight away and nobody gives you the pros as well as the cons, then people are terminating.
More? Go on then. More higher?
Yeah.
Okay, go on then. Oh! Oh! Silly you.
When the girls were first born, they were quite premature. They were in neonatal for 4 weeks. When the doctor took us to one side to give us the results, the one thing he said to us was that he was sorry that Abigail and Isabel both had Down syndrome, and to this day I'll never know what he was sorry for. And I think if I could ever meet him again, I'd like to show him Abigail and Isabel and kind of say, why did you say sorry? Because we wouldn't change Abigail and Isabel for the world now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The girls have brought us together massively as a unit, but also made us appreciate the here and now. And we don't wait for what the future brings, because living today is far more important.
Can I use the green, Abby?
Yeah.
Where's the green? Down syndrome means that I have to help my sisters a bit more than if I had sisters with not Down syndrome, because they will be able to learn quicker than my sisters. So with Down syndrome, it's a bit harder.
Bear.
Is it a good number 4?
Bear.
Can you do me a number 3?
Mummy. Bear.
I'm doing it.
Really? They have a lot more hospital appointments and routine checkups and things like that. But in terms of anything else, 2 children with Down syndrome, 2 children without, life's no different. Everything just takes a little bit longer, and there's perhaps a few more checkups, but nothing more.
Bear.
Yeah?
Bear.
Is that a camera?
Mummy.
Oh, behind Mummy? No thank you. No thank you. No thank you. I think the new legislation from a mum's point of view is devastating. It's all the negatives and there's no kind of positives. If you get the sort of option to terminate straight away and nobody gives you the pros as well as the cons, then people are terminating. The amount of people that have openly admitted to us that they thought that they perhaps wouldn't go through with a pregnancy if they knew that their child had Down syndrome. And now they would look at that differently because they've seen that there is nothing to be scared of, because they make everybody laugh, they make everybody smile. It's just lack of education from the professionals.
Wow, this is cool.
Has a big impact. Like the doctor saying to us, he was sorry.
I don't care biologically about the girls. I don't care how many chromosomes they've got. I was more interested, will they walk, will they talk, Will they interact? I've learned that there is no difference between them and Finn, other than the speed at which they're developing. And their persistence is amazing.
The girls' speech improves daily. They can both say their own names, Mummy, Daddy, Finn. They're working really closely with his speech and language at school. There's no reason why, sort of in time, that their speech won't be, really, really clear.
Hi. Hi.
I said from the day dot that we weren't just going to fester as a family and wait for things to happen. Their progress will be slower, but we will still set them goals. We will still push them to achieve.
Can you draw Mummy a flower?
What does that say?
Mummy.
You draw Mummy a flower?
No, but.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm not going to say we've got great expectations and, we think they'll be the first person with Down syndrome to be a chartered accountant or anything like that.
I'm enjoying my life far, far too much to think about hurdles. As a hurdle appears, we'll deal with it. But at this time, I'm just living for today.
Cuddle. Oh. The one thing I've learned about Down syndrome is that life with Down syndrome is a life worth living. Now, there's just nothing in the world that could convince me to change them to. Just wouldn't change them for the world.